After 2 children and 4 years, my pregnant fiancé cheated on me for 8 months. My fiancé and I have been engaged for 2 years and have been dating for around 4 years. We have 2 beautiful children. One is 2 years and the other is around 3 weeks old. So right at the beginning of our relationship she was still talking to some guy and she was sending explicit pictures too. I found out by looking at her Snapchat and she promised it was over and said it would never happen again. She gave me her login info and said I could look whenever I wanted to. I believed her and told her that it could never happen again because cheating is a very strong line that I don't cross. I will try to keep this short, but I logged onto her Snapchat and she was talking to a guy and sending pictures and sending videos that had me in it, that we strictly made for our eyes only. So I confronted her about it and she denied it up until I told her I looked at her Snapchat. I left for about 5 hours and she changed her password to Snapchat. I told her that I wanted to see the messages with the guy again. So after a while she eventually gave me her Snapchat login again. She said she ended up with him and blocked him and unfriended him and that it was over. When I logged into her Snapchat, I saw a conversation with her cousin that was not there before. So I opened it and she confessed everything to this girl, saying she cheated on me for 8 months. How she says she wished she felt regret but doesn't. She says she does love me and I'm the father of her children, but she loves this guy too. She told her it was the best sex of her life. And this guy she talked to every single day either in person or on the phone. So I eventually go and talk to her back in person. And I ask her just to tell me the truth. I told her that she needed to tell me the truth or we are done. So she feeds me a complete BS story. I mean nothing adds up except for it being 8 months. So after an hour and a half of talking I stand up and I tell her we're over and we're done. And she needs to move out. I also find out more about him. My fiancé is 19 years old and the guy is 53 years old. He is a convicted felon for 3 DUI and just a whole bunch of other things on this record. So right now, I'm just at a loss. I would like to stay together for my kids, and she claims she would like to go to counseling, but I just don't know if counseling can fix something like this. She also said to her cousin that she could BS her way through counseling to try to get me back. So, I just don't know if she is truly wanting to change or if she just wants to BS me. I love her, I truly do. But I don't know if I could forgive something like this. I would like to say I could, but I don't know if I could. I just feel so very betrayed, and it makes my stomach turn every time I think about her talking like that about someone else. And I don't even know if my newborn child is even mine. She only recently started to say, "I'm sorry" and act remorseful, but before that during our conversations she was monotoned, acting just like she didn't care. So please, just any advice would be helpful. I can also clarify anything that I didn't say. Update: sorry didn't clarify before, but these are 2 different guys. The one at the beginning wasn't the same one as the 50-year-old. Reader comment: she is seriously damaged, messed up, not wife material. She seems to lack a conscience, which can be dangerous to society, let alone yourself. You need to end this relationship immediately and seek legal counsel. You kids are not in a healthy home with this kind of behavior modeling. So, you may need to force a custody evaluation. Original poster, but that's my worry. Her family has money and me not so much. So, I would doubt I could even win in court. Reader comment: please listen to me, DNA test you to kids. Possibly none of them are yours, so DNA test them, and if the results are negative, don't raise kids that aren't yours. They are only 3 weeks and a 2-yo. You can move on from this. You will feel huge guilt, but it will be the best for you in this case, and that whole ugly situation you and the child are in is only the fault of their ugly mother. You don't have to pay the burden of her vile acts. You are probably as young as your possessive fiancé, so being trapped to raise children that aren't yours at 19, you will waste your best years and will become a mountain of resentments. If the child is yours, push for 50/50 custody and go NC/LC with your fiancé. There is not a possibility of reconciliation after what you read. Original poster: definitely going to get paternity tests on both of them. And I am 23 years old. Update: I looked at everyone's comments on my post before and they all virtually say the same thing. That I need to end it. That it won't be worth it to stay for the kids. So, I have made up my mind that I won't try to get back with her. It's all still super hard seeing her every day. But last night I went to go talk to her and I told her that I needed the truth on what happened. So, she told me every last detail that I asked about. It was very hard night for me after that. But I think after hearing everything I know that it can't happen. That this is completely over. I guess there was a small part in my mind that wished there was some way I could forgive her and we could move past. But there's not. So, she met him on FetLife and we were looking for a 3rd person to experiment with. I don't know why, but our relationship wasn't the best at the time. Anyway, she said every time we would fight, she would reach out to him to talk. After 1 month they met up for coffee, and after 2 months they started to having sex. She said it was sometimes once every couple of weeks or multiple times a week. and continued until she gave birth. She said the feelings started when they started going out on dates together, but she claims she doesn't love him or ever said it to him. She lied to him as well. I reached out to him prior after I found him, and he claimed that she told him that we've been apart for over a year. She admitted to having some major problems, but she said that she needs to deal with those things and that she is going to get help from individual therapy. I believe everything she told me that night, but it was hard to listen to, but I do think I needed to hear it. Maybe for closure. I don't know. But after that conversation we started working out details of our co-parenting, and it all went very smoothly. We went around the apartment discussing what she was going to take when she moves out in a week and what not to. Everything looks like it might work out being separate. But we kept talking and I am ashamed of what I did, but we ended up having sex. I don't know why it really happened, but I told her that it could never happen again. She told me that it could just be our last night and that would be it. I stayed over at the apartment last night, and it felt nice, but I'm still hurt over what she did to me when we were together. So, I left in the morning and just felt like SHT, because what she did to me wasn't okay, but I still have these stupid effing feelings. So, I haven't been to work in 2 days now. I barely even want to eat. I'm only sleeping a couple hours a night, and I'm just miserable just sleeping in my sister's house. She's been a great support. Both of my sisters have been. But in 1 week she will have everything moved out of my apartment and I can finally go back and switch out the locks. Reader comment, still don't trust the words of cheating partners and get DNA tests done. Run STD tests. I think she's considering continuing her relationship with the other man, or soon finds a relationship partner. Leaving is the right decision. She cheated during pregnancy. You can't call it a good mother or wife. Original poster, I can agree. She said she didn't even use protection, so STI we a super real possibility. But she said she trusted him when he said that he wasn't sleeping around with anyone else. Reader comment, she never planned on a third. She downloaded the app and lied. Why? So you wouldn't question why she had it. Sorry, beating a dead horse. Take time to focus on yourself. Don't forget to out her and explain to everyone that will be in the kid's life why this happened. Also, sorry to recommend, but get yourself tested as well as maybe look into paternity tests. Original poster, almost all of her family knows, and a paternity test is definitely a must. Reader comment, saw your original post. So sorry you are going through this. In the end, moving on will be best for everyone. I know that is easy for strangers to say, but there are so many posts from BSs who are literally dying a slow death trying to stay together for the kids. Good luck to you. Original poster, thank you. Yes, I just hope our co-parenting will be good for our children. Both kids are mine. So, I got both kids tested and it came out to be 99% match on both the kids. I just got the results back in tonight and my STI test came out all clear as well a couple days ago. My ex finally moved out in the middle of the week, so I am finally back home to an almost empty apartment. She cleaned out almost everything but the big things. She took all of my kids most of their clothes, so I will have to go out and buy new everything. Both dressers and kitchen tables and all small kitchen appliances. She moved into her grandparents' basement. I haven't seen my kids that much this week. She told me originally that she would be able to work with me and make sure I get to see my kids as much as I need to. But I saw my kids before last weekend and only saw my son on Monday. I just saw both of them today, but I mean that's almost a whole week without seeing them and was only allowed to see them for 5 hours before giving them back to her. I was trying to work it out with her so there wouldn't be as much money going into lawyers and custody battle. But I'm starting to realize that she is just not going to work with me, and this is how it's going to be if I don't fight her in court. So, I'm probably just gonna have to put myself in debt and take out loans and SHT. But at least I can see my kids more. It's just been a super stressful week. I went and met with a therapist yesterday but didn't really like her a whole bunch. Just didn't click. I think I'll go one more time next week to see if it gets any better. Still not really sleeping, eating, and been missing more work last week too. Reader comment, Opus send her a parenting app and request 50% custody via the app. Send her a custody plan that you get your children every Sunday at X time until the following Sunday at X time. Say if you do not agree to this, I will hire an attorney tomorrow. If she does not like it, then file for divorce and get it done. Edit. Also, if you have not done so, make sure her family knows and knows who she was cheating with, including your family. Original poster, so I work graveyard shift so I can't watch my kids until I can get to day shift at my job. Once I get day shift, then I can try for 50% custody, but right now I just don't know. I'm gonna hire a lawyer and see what he thinks about it. And we were only engaged, so no divorce paperwork, we're already over, and she took her stuff, and I had the landlord change the locks to my apartment. Reader comment, regardless, do this and come up with a plan and get her to use the app. Original poster, yes, we have an app, but like Wednesday I supposed to get the kids at 12 p.m. but she asked if I can do it at 3 p.m. instead. I agreed, trying to stay civil. Then 3 comes around, she said he's down for a nap, that he will be up in a half hour. 2 hours pass by and nothing from her. Then she responds saying she fell asleep and has a flat tire, so I wasn't able to see them. And she doesn't want me to have the kids on the weekend for 2 days overnight, so she wants me to only have them one night on every weekend. And holidays she wants the kids every Christmas morning and Thanksgiving brunch, dinner every year without alternating. I don't know, we just can't